Let there be light. Hey, what's happening? This is the best coach. I'm Motell Granite the Great. I want to do a video this time sponsored by my main man, Connor. This one is called the NFL Finals Review or Preview. I'm going to predict who's going to win the game, how, and all of this other stuff real quick. To make a long story short, the Denver Nuggets will win Game 3 inside of Miami. Money says, and the way this is business more than it is skill set. Denver lost Game 2. Miami won it. Denver's going to come back, and it looks like this is going to be a teeter-totter type series. So it's Denver's turn to win Game 3. Jokic does what he normally does, scores his points. Other people get involved. So here's your key people. You know, Michael Porter Jr. and Caldwell Pope. Those two guys are going to be the difference. Miami crowd will be happy that they won Game 2, and that's going to be good enough, even though they'll be excited and hyped up. Winning Game 2 was enough, and we'll go back and forth. Eric Spoelstra, who has been out coaching everybody, and inside of the game, Eric Spoelstra is the best coach. He's the best coach. What's the guy? Michael? Forgot his last name, but that shows you. Michael is not on the same level at this point as Spoelstra, but that's okay. That's not a real problem. So what is it going to be? Okay, Tyler Hero's coming back. Tyler Hero's return will be a distraction because the offense will try to get him into a rhythm, and trying to get him into a rhythm, that's going to cause a problem. It's going to be a problem for the whole offense. That's if he plays. He might just pull another fast one and stay out yet one more game to try to see if he can get, I think, his broken wrist or something more intact. So I'm figuring that it's going to come down to the fourth quarter again as usual. I don't believe Denver can push to a 10 or 15 point lead in Miami. So now they're going to have to win a nip and tuck game, which the West Coast game to me is about running and gunning and going full speed, and the Eastern Conference is about defense. But once you put the business aspect into it, and what puts the butts in the seats, and what the owners and the managers want, the people who sell tickets and popcorn and whatnot, they want Denver to win this game. And that's all that matters. So if you are a person that's going to Las Vegas or getting on a casino, take Denver. Denver's probably going to win by about 4 points. They'll make a couple of free throws at the end, the last few seconds, to secure the victory. There's not going to be any more of that. There's not going to be a heroism type act by Miami again this time, like they did against Boston in Game 6. The leprechaun type game plan that was working for Boston and going against Miami will continue to be a phase. There's no support for Miami. Every game that Miami wins is a war, and it's a battle. So if it truly just came down to that, war and a battle, then Miami will win this series easy. Because I don't think that Denver is anywhere near as tough or as battle-tested as the Miami Heat are. Eric Spoelstra is the best coach, but money says that Denver wins this game by about 4 points. Tyler Hero, I don't know if he's going to return or not. Connor, I don't think he's going to play. I'll be surprised if he plays. He might come up with another concept to keep them out one more game, and this might give the fans a good enough reason why Miami loses game 3. So what about a score? You want me to just try to say a score? What has it been? Have they been scoring 100? Has it been 100 points average? All right, so let's say 108 to 104. Denver Nuggets on the road to go up 2-1. Okay, Connor, I did it. Oh, you know the offense for Denver. Clearly, everybody knows when they get into trouble, what do they run? They run a pick and roll. And they're going to set Nikolai Jokic, top screen, and then Jamal Murray is either going to go around him, he's going to rub, go to the basket, or he's going to give it to him. And then Jokic will now do almost what the Chicago Bulls used to do with Phil Jackson and what's the other guy's name that actually invented it? But anyway, I can't think of his name. And now Joker becomes Michael Jordan in a high post position with the basketball as the best player. If you cut baseline like Gordon does a lot, you'll get dunks. Jamal Murray cuts, he'll find you. Caldwell Pope, Michael Porter Jr., who is my favorite Denver Nugget. If you cut Michael Porter Jr., he's going to find you. So get that #1 jersey on the move. So Colorado Buffs in the house. Shout out to Dion. So anyway, Denver Nuggets with their pick and roll offense once they get into trouble. Jokic will probably again have what? I don't think he's going to score 40. But his numbers will still do a triple-double. He'll probably have about 36 points this time. And he'll have over 10 rebounds and about 10 assists or something like that. And he'll be the difference, as usual. The biggest person for Miami Heat, let me tell you, who is the MVP for the Miami Heat? Those of you that want to say Jimmy Butler, anybody that's watching knows simply, who is it? Y'all should be saying it right now. Bam Adebayo, center. Bam Adebayo right now is the most valuable player on the Miami Heat team. So watch Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. Oh, another person who's the second, you might say Jimmy Butler, right? Kyle Lowry. Watch Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is the engineer of the second unit, which keeps them afloat. Now, Tyler Hero, if he comes back tomorrow night, he better come in there and be ready to play and not throw everything off. Where's he going to go at in the rotation? They got a second unit already. Where is he going to play at? Gabe is my favorite Miami Heat player. Gabe, shout out to Gabe. He's my favorite player on the Miami Heat team. So we'll see what happens with these guys. It's people who I'm cheering for, people who I think is the best. Eric Spoelstra, again, Big Gabe. Bam Adebayo was one of the most versatile centers and big men I've seen in a long time, since Hakeem Olajuwon in the championship years with the Houston Rockets. This is the hardest working team I've ever seen, the Miami Heat. They remind me of the throwback teams from the 80s for sure. A lot of these teams don't nowadays, but this Miami Heat squad does. The bad boys from the Detroit Pistons, Boston Celtics with Bird, Dennis Johnson, and all of them guys. Kevin McHale, they'll behead you. The Lakers, Kurt Rambis, and them dudes, man. Portland with my boy Terry Porter. Shout out to Terry Porter, who is my favorite point guard of all times for the Portland Trailblazers back in the 80s and the 90s and whatnot. So anyway, this is my preview. I've given you extra information, chew on, some of my favorite players, some inside stuff on people to look out for, telling you what Vegas is doing, owners, management, as well as inside game strategy. So look out for the stuff that I say. Much respect. Love you guys. Until next time, it's the best coach. Y'all see I'm rocking the 15.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ain't gonna be able to see me ball. But you're just gonna have to believe me on this one. Yes, sir!
This shot the shout of Maurice, man, my brother, man. You know what I'm saying?